This incredible space is a blend of both sophistication and style that works to create this magnificent, modern living room.
We found two great couples who are going to try and recreate all of this for 1/10 of the $60,000 budget. To pull all of the elements of this room together took a full year. Our couples will only have 3 days.
With only $6,000 to spend, these two teams really have their work cut out for them as they compete for the winning design match.
One high-end designer room
Two homeowners trying to match it.
with only 1/10 the original budget,
The designer of the model room will judge which couple comes out on top.
and gets to keep a prized piece from the designer room for making the best design match. This stylish yet comfortable space is the perfect living room oasis and is the wonderful work of designer David Overholt.
I describe this room as an eclectic look. I want it to look like they've lived here for many, many years, and that over time they've developed this beautiful collection of books and objets and furniture. The furniture is based on 1930s furniture. It has such amazing detail and depth to it. And then the artwork, we've brought in some very contemporary pieces, but they're even at this point a little bit old. They're from the 60s. So I love this room because it has a beautiful warmth to it when you walk in, comfortable and not intimidating, which a lot of interior design rooms can be.
David, this is a glorious room.
Thank you.
What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge?
Convincing them to put all this architectural molding on their walls. When the room was just drywalled, it was very plain. It's just a subtle way to add detail to the room and just create a grander, more elegant space.
They did tell you we have like a few days.
Yeah. So
I'll be working with Heidi and Mark. Oh, and Leah. Their living room is contemporary. Making it classically elegant is something I'm not sure they can imagine themselves doing. So, Heidi, Mark, welcome to our model room.
I don't know if we can do all this, but wow.
This is gonna be tough, I think. If we can get our room to look like anything close to this at the end on our budget, I'm gonna be extremely happy.
The area rug's beautiful. I like the texture of the sofa.
I hear a bit of trepidation in there. You like the texture?
Texture. It's a bit on the gray side, so it may be a little colder for our color palette.
As you see in the room, there's this combination of cools and warms, of the gray and the gold. And, you know, the couch is gray, but maybe we flip it with taupe and gray pillows.
Right. I think the challenge for us is the detailing on the walls with the moldings is gonna be very, very challenging, I think.
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
Their good friends, Colleen and Grant, are now their competition. They live with their kids, Max and Andy, in a new home and have no idea what they want for a living room. They just know they want to win.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
I could live in here.
Would be it.
I do love the artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, that pops out at you for sure.
Yeah.
They're obviously a feature and a focal point.
Lots
Okay.
of detail.
And the pieces lend themselves to feeling like they've been collected over the years versus, you know, run out and bought all
Yeah, and we
together
have-
in a matchy showroom.
Great.
We actually do have a lot of things we've collected over the years that are packed away in a box right now because we have nowhere to put them. So.
Okay, we'll be unpacking those and we'll sort through that.
The one good thing is we do have dark hardwood already in this room, but we
Okay.
have absolutely no floor coverings. I do like this.
This is very
This is
nice.
lovely. Like I said, we have nothing in the room really.
How close are you with your neighbors?
Our competition will crush them.
Surprise, this exquisite linen chair.
It's full out.
Yeah,
Gloves are coming off, so.
And I do hope it gives a lot of the design decision making over to Grant, because I think he's probably the weakest link in the
Okay. Well, remember that. Remember, our daughter babysits for you guys.
yeah,
And this will all be
Saturdays.
done in 3 or 4 days. Babysitting contracts last a lifetime.
Welcome, Hal, to our home. And this is the room that we'd like to redo.
Wow. I'm very impressed. It's a great room. Tell me, from the model room, what do you think are some of the things we're going to have to do?
One of the things that we talked about when we saw the room was the elegance of the room. I think the moldings added the elegance. So the first thing that we're gonna have to do is get the moldings.
Have to is a pretty strong phrase.
Well, David said he thought they defined his room.
Meredith, this is our lovely bowling alley.
A bowling alley? Oh. Wow, you really did just move in. And what about the drapery?
No, this was already here. But I did like the look of the other one, the straight across one.
So you're okay with it? It's called a box pleat balance. So it is more tailored. Paneling, then we're good. We're doing.
I think that looked great.
Crown molding.
Oh, I love the crown molding.
Now I don't see a tremendous amount of art in your house for us to pull from.
No.
I liked what they had, but I know that we can't afford that.
No, we certainly can't afford that.
But,
but
that would be our whole budget.
But Colleen here is pretty creative with a paintbrush and a canvas.
And Andy's
could be
pretty got a little bit of
interesting,
talent, and that would have special meaning for us.
Yeah, need it. Good idea.
How do you feel about this window?
We keep the blinds open and we look out of it every day. I don't want to lose any of the view.
Okay. But we can do what we call a dummy panel. It's one panel of fabric, is never meant to go across, and will only hang about here.
Okay.
He has a valance, and it goes right to the ceiling. So if we do a valance across, but only comes from there to here,
Well, now you're talking.
we're not losing any of the view again.
Personally, I'd like to see them on. I'm just a little concerned about the color and blending the current white trim into that palette, I guess.
Well, in David's room, every inch of that trim is the same color as the walls.
Man, that's a lot of painting.
Good.
And if you're willing to do it, get you a couple gallons of trim paint and...
Well, if this is the difference between winning and losing, then let's go.
All right, let's start moving. We've got to get the wall molding up, paint everything, shop for new furniture, and build a window valance. Then maybe collect the prize.
I mean, I can see that you've got sort of the standard baseboard. A great little trick that we could do, just take picture frame molding and we can install it about 1.5 inches above so we could paint from the trim molding down all the same color, and that'll give the illusion of a taller baseboard.
Oh, that's great.
Well, then everything's just to try to raise the height and just make it that much more elegant. So I think really we're gonna have to clear the room.
Not much to do there.
That's 5 minutes.
Let's plan our walls and get working on our art.
We work best under pressure.
As long as you're not a weakest link.
We'll have to take that comment back when we get in the chair.
Excellent. Next, when elegance is not in the eye of the beholder.
How about this one? Can we go for this one? It's good.
Wrong episode.
Our couples have made their plans and it's time for action as they compete to match this $60,000 room in their own homes, in their own styles for just $6,000 and in just 3 days. Mark and Heidi are working on a window valance, and to free up more money for furniture, they'll recover this existing valance from the kitchen using a short end of fabric they got on sale. If we start here, and you pull, it's long enough to do half. I think if we cut it in half and you sew the middle, however you want to put it together.
Thinking back to the model room, I think I would try a box pleat.
That would be great.
Okay, thanks, Al. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Heidi, if you can just get them.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing?
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna use a staple gun. So no, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's gonna make a difference in here, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna look huge in here.
And the baseboards will be the same white too.
No.
Oh.
No. Everything is painted out the wall color.
Okay.
Just the crown molding was a different color.
Oh, good.
Here we go.
Let's make a change.
No going back now.
But some of their walls are in worse shape than they thought.
To paint them patch, I think Colleen and I will be pretty busy well into the night.
It's day 2, and it's time to start matching the artwork.
Okay, my budding artists. That's it.
I've almost used up all my paint.
Yeah, she just kind of dip, don't mix the paints around, just sort of dip it in all of them, because then it gives it depth.
Okay. What I do, I just have to do a circle and he's doing lines.
You know what, Max? It's a match to the room. Yay!
How's that?
Lovely. Okay, good. Stop now.
Yeah.
Done.
And more.
You're good. That looks great, you guys. I'm really impressed.
Mark's got some of the molding up, but the walls haven't been painted. While Mark preps the wall, Heidi gets down to the dirty work of stripping away the layers left behind by generations of Valance owners before her. I'm glad to see you're progressing, but you gotta go get ready to shop. I wanted to bring you someplace where the furniture was actually made. Here's the showroom.
Is that the couch from the pictures?
It's a 3-cushion. His is a 2-cushion. This is the shape we're going for. Oh, price-wise?
Oh.
This is basically our entire budget.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we need something cheaper.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Meredith, we got here a few minutes early. We took a buzz around the store, and we found some chairs that we think might work, but you know, they're not exact. They don't have that.
Well, the other
Buckety
yeah,
thing?
that's a tub chair.
Like, how close do we have to be?
Honey, you couldn't get any closer.
Really? Good. Good, good.
You've got fluting here.
These are good. I'm happy. I was worried about those.
Now we just need something to go under them. So they've got quite the selection of carpets here.
How about this one? Can we go for this one, please, Kurt?
Wrong episode.
That chair's the same, similar shape as the
Yeah.
the chairs in the model room, doesn't it?
Yeah,
The
it
wood
is.
model-
And the color is wrong,
Right.
but I mean, this being a factory, let's see if they have any more. This one is even better.
Oh, is it ever? Look, it's leather.
It's leather, it's got the nails.
I just hope that these are within our budget.
What do you think about that one?
That's cool.
Cool as in.
No, I was just wondering if it'd be too geometrical.
Here.
The viney look pattern, I think, is the most similar to what he had. The best thing to do is just to get them down on the ground and see what they look like with the chair under them.
Okay.
I'm thinking my grandmother's house.
It doesn't do much for me either. I have to say I'm partial to this one. I like this one.
Well, the reason why it's working so well is in yellow and purple are opposite on the color wheel. The gold of the chair brings up the sort of the purpley brown tones on the carpet, so they're just a natural complement to one another.
I like this one.
Next, size really does matter.
That's not good.
Our two homeowners are knee-deep in the transformation of their homes as they try and match this high-end $60,000 room for only $6,000.
Colleen and Grant get their crown molding, and as the last piece goes up, they realize it's wider than they thought. This messes up the measurements for the wall molding.
You know what we should do? I'll measure 6 inches because I don't want to crowd it because it's going to look obvious next to the crown molding. We'll just have to fudge it when I put it up and bring it down to the height of the windows and the doors. But it went way above in their room because they have the freaking high ceilings. So.
That's not good.
When the molding doesn't fit, you've got to pull it off and start again.
And things aren't so good at the other house either. Mark has finally started painting, but Heidi is having trouble with the balance.
How are you doing?
Getting multiple staples out of this gun.
It is what it is, yeah.
Thanks. That helps.
Their solution? Have their daughter Leah hit something else. Driving the staples the rest of the way through.
Fix that. Centered in that panel. And then we're gonna have to, I think, relate.
Holy cow.
Oh, hi. Pretty good, eh?
Not too shabby, folks. I mean, the paneling, what a match, what a match. Okay, so realistically, we have to hang those pictures, finish the sort of the vignettes.
This ice bucket
Right.
was my parents. It might have even been their grandparents. I'm sure.
Oh,
about
really?
Like 19, 20, or 30.
Using a do-it-yourself approach to art and digging deep in their attic, Colleen and Grant saved money for furniture.
Rule of thumb, the furniture is either all on the carpet or all off the carpet. So we're gonna go with off the carpet.
Colleen and Grant came in well under budget at $4,935.
Good morning.
Oh, hey, Hal.
What do you think?
I love it.
I like the fact that they pull out the taupe color. You know, the model room was more gray, but this really does match well with our room. And then
Exactly.
the floors and everything else.
It's a matter of personal taste. The dark gray was too cool for you guys.
No, it looks good. It looks really good. And, you know, the more detail we get in here, the better it'll look.
By buying furniture directly from the factory, Heidi and Mark freed up enough money for the books and accessories they needed. What a great picture. Oh my gosh. They came in way under budget at $5,080. Here's what we're competing for.
Great.
Fantastic.
Looks good.
It actually fits well into that space.
Okay, put that prize chair right over there.
India, I'm sorry you're gonna have to move, puppy. It's a good girl.
Oh, see, look,
Looks
perfect.
perfect.
How could it be any more perfect than
Right here.
yeah.
It's time for our guest designer, David Overholt, to gauge how well his signature room has been matched in the homes of our competing couples. This is Mark, and this is Heidi.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Welcome
meet
to
you
our
too.
house.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Wow. Let me just look around and absorb.
We're trying.
We're trying. That's good. Oh wow, look at the drapes.
Yeah, this room didn't have any drapery prior.
I'm impressed. You know, the sofa, did you own it already or is it a new purchase?
It's a new purchase.
It's a new
that
purchase.
We're thrilled with.
Square cushions.
In the model room, there was a beautiful shiny fabric covering the entire couch, and we have two small children. So the spin on that was to take the pillows and cover them in a beautiful shiny velvet that can be removed or placed back on whenever we have company or...
It's definitely a very positive interpretation of my room. At the bench, you have the books stacked on top, just angled a little bit. Missing a little sculpture there. Heidi and Mark, you've put a lot of work into this room, but you know how this works. It's a competition. So I'm gonna leave now, and if I come back, you win the prize. But if I don't, and it's one of our moving guys, well, I'm sorry.
So you excited?
I think we did good.
Hi.
Ooh, hey. Oh, hey, great job, guys. You guys exhausted?
You would have seen this room before, you'd understand why we might look a little tired.
Very good. So the accessories, I noticed you have the red coffee table book on top, which matched to the red painting on the wall. I've picked up on the artwork. Oh, look at the bar.
Yeah, we've got the bar over there.
Decanters, ice bucket. You got the shape down. Everyone has worked very hard. Panel molding. I know you've kind of balanced it off with your distance above, but you have lined it up at the top of your door frames, so there's a consistent line going around the room.
Like carpentry-wise, that we think looks great, just extending the baseboards with a piece of trim all the way around to give illusion of the 12-inch baseboards.
Very good. Okay, now about the rug.
But what we really liked about this one was the flowing of the vines, which was very similar in feeling to yours.
Okay.
But, you know, it being darker, we felt we had to go with a little lighter sofa just to balance the two.
Okay.
So.
You've covered all the points. You have all the sections down, and you have the lamp with the white shade, a little bit different with the art. Okay. I must say, it's a hard competition. It really, it is.
Next, David Overholt will reveal who best matched his signature room and which couple will get to keep the coveted linen chair.
I wanted a tie, but that can't happen.
Designer David Overholt has seen both rooms. Now our teams wait for his decision.
Thanks, David. Thanks so much.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. I'm going with it. How strong are you feeling, Jeremy? Don't fine.
I am so proud of you guys and all your hard work.
Well, you know
It's
what?
done.
We got two great pieces of art.
Yeah,
that
and a
are
beautiful room.
priceless.
We're good.
Okay, so I'm still very happy. Let's go tell Max.
Hey Max, guess what? We lost!
And it came down to one vignette.
Which vignette?
Looking over the sofa towards that chest of drawers in the painting. And it was a really hard decision because overall, when I really looked at it, it still had a great feel, both rooms, and I wanted a tie. But that can't happen. And in the winning room, the feel, proportion, the look of the lamp, it matches my room exactly. When I took the shot going back in the other room, the chest didn't have the same weight. There was actually a print over top of the chest instead of an oil look painting. So it was something as simple as that was the tiebreaker between the two rooms.
Congratulations.
Where's my glass?
There we go. Everybody has beautiful rooms and another great design match. Cheers.